A heavy focus on progressive messaging? Oh, shut up.
And here we go again. Hello, and welcome to another Pride Month video. Today we are back with the Let's Shit on the Right Wing show while supporting our fellow gays. Obviously it's G next in the LGBT saga, with it being the second Sunday in June. So, to represent our fellow gays, I've got the gay flag in the corner, just like I did with our lesbian friends. So, without further ado, let's get into it. This week, we are delving into the wonderful world of Sci-Fi Quest. Now, this guy does videos on different sci-fi topics, with Doctor Who at the minute being one of their main ones, specifically as Doctor Who is currently airing. Now, I did have a different video planned for this week, but the file got corrupted, so I'm going to have to redo that and do that for another week. And that was talking more about 73 Yards. Now, I know I'm late on that. You all have just watched Rogue, so yeah, but I was on holiday when it aired, okay? That's my excuse. But I wanted to talk about 73 Yards specifically, as it kind of became a topic among the community after it first released, and there was a lot of confusion surrounding it, and I wanted to say my thoughts on that. So yeah, I've stashed that idea away. That's coming soon. It won't be a What Went Right, which, by the way, there's a card in the top right corner with my What Went Right videos. If you want to go have a look now. Plugs. But that's coming soon, and yeah, I'm just reworking the script for it, and I'll be able to get it right out. Smashing. So without further ado, let's delve into the wonderful world of Sci-Fi Quest.
A heavy focus on progressive messaging? Oh, shut up.
Progressive messaging has always been there in Doctor Who. You can look back, I've done examples in previous videos, I'm going to throw a couple up after I've made this quick point, but it's always been there, and there's nothing wrong with it, because it shows progression. Progression means moving forward. That can't be a bad thing. So when people say that there's going to be a focus on it and it's a bad thing, or even if they insinuate it's a bad thing, then they're the type of people that want to be stuck in the past, that don't want things to move forward, that are stuck in just one spot, and that's never a good thing. You wanted some examples, here they are.
The words distract the guard heading in my general direction.
I don't think that'd be such a good idea.
Don't worry, I can handle it.
I've gotten to know Algie quite well since I've been in town. Trust me, you're not his type. I'll distract him. Don't wait up.
Relax, he's a 51st century guy. He's just a bit more flexible when it comes to dancing.
How flexible?
Well, by his time, you lot spread out across half the galaxy.
Meaning?
So many species, so little time.
What? That's what we do when we get out there. That's our mission. We seek new life and
Dance.
The police box is really a police box.
You're not just police, though. Since you're taking me to my death, that makes you my executioners. Each and every one of you.
You deserve it.
You're very quick to say so. Yet very quick to soak your hands in my blood. Which makes you better than me how, exactly? Long night ahead. Let's see who can look me in the eye.
know something's wrong. I can taste it. Tiny little shift in the information. Someone down there shouldn't be here. Double check. Triple check. Follow them.
Now, everybody behave. We have a management inspection. How do you want it, by the book?
All right, from scratch, thanks.
Okay, so, ladies, gentlemen, multi-sex, undecided or robot, my name is Kathika Santini Kadani. That's Kathika with a C, in case you want to write to full 500 praising me, and please do. Now, please feel free to ask any questions. The process of news gathering must be open, honest, and beyond bias.
If The Long Game aired in this day and age, the right-wing fan base of the show would throw a fit over that one line. And I'll read it again for you. So it's ladies, gentlemen, multi-sex, undecided, and robot. That in there not only talks about someone's gender, also talks about intersex people and potentially robots. And you're telling me that the right wing think that that's okay to show children, but having a trans character isn't? And by the way, I just want to go back to the end of the world where Cassandra just casually drops this line.
My home will die. That's where I used to live when I was a little boy, down there. Mummy and Daddy had a house built into the side of the Los Angeles crevasse.
Did you hear it? Did you get it? She said when I was a little boy. Wait, isn't Cassandra a girl? Oh no! Cassandra's insinuated to be trans! We must cancel and boycott Series 1 of Doctor Who! It's gender ideology gone mad.
Yes, that's right. They're at it again. Doctor Who, guys. Yes. So welcome back to the channel, Questers. Yes, this is going to be a fun one. I didn't want to do this.
Let's be real. Yes, you did.
Doctor Who showrunner confirms upcoming season to feature heavy focus on progressive messaging. Anything that focuses on progressive messaging is doing it in a heavy way, so because it's just overwhelmingly everywhere, right? It's overwhelming. I think there's more progressive messaging than there is about anything else in the world these days.
Because there has to be. Because when you've got politicians like Rishi Sunak, who's rewriting the Equality Act to exclude trans women and saying biological sex matters more, and that trans women are fighting against biological women. That's not true, by the way. We're not a danger. We're just as much a danger as a 5-year-old who just wants to go on the swings. Like, not at all dangerous. This entire rhetoric that we are is just part of the right wing's culture war. And speaking of Rishi Sunak, one of his manifesto policies at the minute is to completely redo how sex education is taught in schools, and that's not just affecting trans kids, that's going to affect everyone. But with politicians being as loud as they are and the media supporting them, then we've got to be loud, and our messages have got to be everywhere. Otherwise we just get thrown into the background and stepped on and forced to be silent, which is something we won't ever be.
But yeah, if you're not writing that in 2024, what on earth are you doing? You're writing good stuff. You're writing good stuff. That's what's happening if you're not writing about progressive messaging.
You know, I'm starting to think this guy doesn't know what progression means, so should we educate him? I think we should. Progression means, and this is the Oxford Dictionary definition from Google, the process of developing or moving gradually towards a more advanced state. Now, we're using progression a lot on this channel, so if woke equals progression, and progressions means move gradually towards a more advanced state, how is that a negative thing?
Showrunner Russell T Davies has confirmed that the upcoming season of Doctor Who will feature a particularly heavy focus on both progressive messaging and socio-political commentary. It's supposed to be silly sci-fi stuff. It's not. It's not meant to reflect reality, right? It's not a political show. It's sci-fi. It's silly sci-fi. It always has been.
I think I've made my point, but some of those might confuse a couple of you. So let's go through them. Aliens of London, The Sound of Drums. Those two very easily, they focus on politics itself. Let's have a look at the other ones so I can quickly explain them. Rise of the Cyberman. It's all about how technology is going, obviously, but then you've got the assassination of the president and Lumix's rise after that assassination. Turn left, you've got how the British government would react to a dystopian future. You've got the concentration camps coming back. Victory of the Daleks, again, is another one set directly in politics with Winston Churchill. You've got Let's Kill Hitler, the complete flip, set directly in Hitler's Berlin, London. London? Hitler's Berlin. Jesus Christ. You've got The Lie of the Land. The monks have taken over the world and they've got their politics right there. And the Witchfinders, similarly to Let's Kill Hitler and Victory of the Daleks, with fucking James the First right there with his policies on witches. It's not just a silly sci-fi show. It's a show that straight up talks about politics. It's a show that looks on the world as a reflection. It does take real world issues and puts it in because, like most media, is a reflection of the real world. So saying it's a fun silly sci-fi show, mate, you're talking out your ass.
Oh boy.
That's actually a pretty nice idea for a title card. I've been known to rant quite a bit in my videos, so I think I'm going to take a page out of your book and have a title card just like that.
So Davies provided this insight during the April 2024 interview given to Rolling Stone's Alan Spinwall. That's one I didn't cover. In promotion to the Doctor's forthcoming return to the airwaves. Even Davros has been changed, guys. Come on.
Right, I'll agree with that, because they didn't need to change Davros. Like, at all. No one actually saw him as a villainous wheelchair user. I mean, I get why they did it, but I also don't. Because they had no need to change him. I mean, for the whole minisode headcanon with Davros, you could always just say that it was before his accident, and that's where it slots in. So his accident was, you can kind of say, maybe his accident was because of the Dalek project. Who knows? But, yeah. You didn't need to do that with Davros. It just kind of feels a bit cheap. And it kind of gave the right wing a lot more ammo to use against this new series and the new direction that's not really a new direction, because it's completely the same direction, just dialed up a little bit.
At one point, pressed for his thoughts regarding actor Ncuti Gatwa's casting as the first black actor to ever portray the series' titular hero proper. It's not the first black person. No, he's not. I've covered that in a previous video. Actress Jo Martin previously appeared. There we go. Jo Martin previously appeared as a future incarnation of the Time Lord known as the Fugitive Doctor. Exactly, he just says it in the article.
No, it's not a future incarnation. The Fugitive Doctor is a timeless child incarnation, which is a past incarnation, a pre-Hartnell incarnation, and most likely the Doctor directly before Hartnell. So no, it's not a future incarnation. Not at all.
Reinforcing Davies' agreement, the aforementioned Gatwa himself, being jointly interviewed alongside the showrunner, added, alongside the showrunner, what, are they tied together now? Oh, that's what the show does. It evolves and it regenerates. I feel like it's about time, and I'm here for all of you damners out there. I'm not going anywhere. You will, mate. You will go somewhere eventually. We already know that you're likely not going to be lasting past season 2, because you yourself don't want to be the Doctor more than 2 years. You've said it yourself, mate. Unless you're going to go back on your word, which makes you a liar, by the way, you're definitely going to go. And I bet you, the fact that this show is going to be so terrible, your career is going to tank royally.
Did it tank royally for Jodie Whittaker, someone who has been heavily criticised by the right wing for being the first female Doctor, and also the writing quality being as bad as it was? I'm actually going to make a separate video on that as well, because I found a newfound love for Series 11. Series 12, no, I can't dare to kind of pull that out the dirt. But Series 11 is actually a bit better than I thought. But no, Jodie Whittaker, someone who's faced similar criticisms from you guys, has not had a career dump or a career drop. Like, she's been cast in a lot of things since then. So you can't say that. I mean, you're assuming, but then again, isn't that what everyone does? And I mean everyone in general, not just the right wing. I mean everyone, even I'm guilty of assuming. But assumptions, making assumptions about this is not really a good thing, and it's something we should all really learn from. But Doctor Who isn't a career suicide. If anything, playing the Doctor is the opposite, because it's a role coveted by loads of actors. A lot of actors want this role, and it's really good on their CVs or resumes if you're watching in America. But don't you see? You're just talking out your. Oh my god! Isn't this the second time I've said that?
And I know that there's going to be trolls around that are going to say things about this, about my reaction to this, but I don't give a shit what trolls think.
Well, that's pretty bold of you to say, and quite frankly, mate, I again agree with you. I don't give two flying fucks what trolls say. And in a few weeks' time, I hope to make that very, very clear.
On the topic of personal identities, Davies then addressed the fact that both he and Gatwa were themselves queer. You know what queer stands for, right? You know what the original definition of queer is? It's a word used to to describe different, right? Not normal. You realise that, right? Original definition, not normal.
Right. Tell me for 1 second why anyone would want to be normal. Normal's boring. You've got no personality when you're normal. I mean, it's comforting to a standard, usual, typical, or expected. That, by the way, is a dictionary definition, again for yous. Why would you want to do that? It's so boring.
To this end, Gatwa then noted that while many have taken to describing his version of the Doctor as queer, he himself was reluctant to apply any human label to the Doctor because they're an alien. They. There. See, he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to apply a human label to it, but he does want to apply a pronoun, right? Because he's an alien. Because the Doctor's an alien. Because they are an alien.
Do you want to know what else are pronouns? Here's the 23 personal pronouns in modern English. I, you, he, she, it, we, they, them, us, him, her, his, hers, its, theirs, our, your. There's some basic English for you. I might as well become a teacher. Oh my god. I could use this for teaching people. Best idea I've ever had. That was a joke, by the way. With all that being said, I think I've made my point. So, I want to very quickly go back onto the pronouns thing though. The reason why those main personal pronouns such as I and we are being thrown out the window and are completely ignored is because of the right wing's culture war. When people say that they don't have pronouns in order to kind of say that pronouns are this terrible thing, but then in the same sentence use the word I, the letter I, the pronoun I, they just kind of, they become an accidental ally and just prove our point. Because in the right wing's culture war, they're ignoring basic modern and old English. Anyway, now that tangent's out of the way, thanks all for watching. I do have so many plans for the next few weeks, and you're gonna want to pay attention and you're gonna want to come for it. So yeah, that's all from me. Thank you so very much for watching, and we'll see you next week for whatever the hell I've got planned. Bye.